Hi everyone, it is the 18th of July of 2024 and I am going to continue on with my graphical diary here. I started making some notes for year 7. I'm planning to continue that today from school, like my school year, year 7, which was 2000 to 2001. I'm going to continue with that. I don't know how long I'm going to go on with this for before I actually start moving on to other things. I might finish school. I don't think I might do university at some point, but I don't know. Probably. So what can I remember? I mean, look at all these notes I've made so far. There's a lot. There's a lot. Okay. Right, so I have made some notes here. So, a few things that I've done here. So, one of them is there's a couple in year 3 that I've got here. So, yeah. So first of all, I'll do year 3 because I noticed that some things weren't lined up. Where was it? Right. So let's see if I remember this right. Yep. Okay. So I'll bring you down there. Bring you down. Yeah, that's right. Because when I rearranged this, some of them weren't budged. Okay. Right. Oh, did I see a typo there? No, I didn't. I'm sure there's plenty of typos in here. Okay, so I'm just going to mark off here. So there's a lot. I take that off. In reception, I'm gonna. I suppose I could. You know what? I could. I should probably add in nursery as well. But I remember very little of nursery. Nursery. Oh, hold on. Another one is just coming to my mind. I'm going to add this to my notes. Where was I? Yeah, so in reception, let's move these down. Hold on, let's sandpit. I'm going to have to try to draw up some maps at some point. Sandpits. The question is it best for me to try and do it in paint? I mean, that's going to be quite awkward. I mean, if I had like a sketch pad, I suppose that could help. I wonder, are they expensive? I imagine they are expensive. Hold on. I'm gonna have a look. Drawing tablet. I don't know. You can get them for like £30. That's something I could potentially look into. Because I'm not like an artist, but I think it would be useful for like if I want to try to like draw maps and stuff. Anyway, sandpit. So there was a wet sandpit and a dry sandpit. Yeah, the one that had like wet sand and water in it, there's the one that was dry, and you could not mix them. So there's that one. I've got a note here. Year 3, there was a thing that we did in year 3. Hold on, let's make a note. I think we did in year 3, which it seems so. I figured this out by listening to the mental maths exam for the SATs, and it said like, what is the remainder when you divide so much by so much? And I'm like, remainders. So where shall I put that? I mean, some of these could be better off done in a particular order, I suppose, like grouping them next to each other. Oh, I did it the slow way there. So I'm just going to put remainders. So remainders was remainder in bracket in quotes when dividing numbers before learning about decimal place. Well, no, we did learn about decimal. Well, the thing is, we did learn about decimal places because there are decimal places in in that exam thing. So there were decimal places, but it was weird. So it was like, e.g., so for you'd say for example, what is 11 divided by 2, and you'd say, oh, it's 5 remainder 1. It's so ridiculous. Like, that was like, I don't know. It's weird. I'm sure there's some sort of like mathematical symbol for that sort of thing, but that deals with like strictly integers. That's where it was. Right. Let's do the ones I know for certain. So in year 4, and this is, I'm going to have to look this up. So I put this next to Christmas, because the thing is, we did have a Christmas play. We had the Christmas play, but I think it was before then, maybe. Because it was definitely in year 4. Because I remember we were learning the songs in that class. So, where is it? Christmas play. Let's put this above Christmas play. Set one. Singing at the pavilion. So we went to the pavilion. And had to learn songs to sing. But for sure at pavilion with multiple other schools. The thing is, at the time we weren't really sure what this was for, but there was, hold on. So it was all like Christmas and like Christian type songs we had to sing, and let's make a note, songs. So there was a bunch of them. I remember they were numbered. I only remember a few of them. Oh, hold on, no. Number 1 was King of Kings, the only Son of God. But the thing is, with these songs here, like for these particular ones, it's a case of I don't. What was it? You know what? Now's the time to do some looking up. See if I can find any of these right. King of Kings, the only Son of God. King of Kings, the ruler of the world. King of Kings, da 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 da. The bringer of joy. Thing is, there's so many like Christmas carols and stuff. You're the Lion of Judah, King of Kings, the only Son of God, and I will gladly sing your love. That's not it. That's not it at all. King of Kings, the only Son of God, King of Kings, the Saviour of the world, King of Kings, da 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 forever. Oh, King of Kings, the Saviour of the world. The thing is, though, a lot of these things, it's like there's gonna be. Well, there's nothing for that. There's gonna be some like detail behind it, like, oh yeah, it was this particular program by this thing, and that kicked off this thing, and it's like, well, I'm not gonna know because we'll just been kids. We won't know any of those things. Yeah, I can't find that one. So it's King of Kings, the only Son of God, King of Kings, the Saviour of the world. God, King of Kings. Da 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 da. Forever do 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 do. King of Kings, the young Son of God, King of Kings, the Saviour of the world. Yeah, that was one. That was number one. I remember. I don't remember number 4 is. All I remember is one of our sheep is missing. I'm sure it was here last night. Right. Then there was another one. Hold on. I'm getting the hang of that. Number 5, which was my favourite. This I remember in its entirety because it was just one. It was just the chorus repeated multiple times, but where it was like divided up, so each like different like segment of the of the class it was in practice, but of the like the stage, it was divided up because it was like a more like our class all sang in tune with ourselves, but it was so it was sung 4 times, so it was I remember this one. It was in terms follow the star wherever it goes, make preparations, the journey will be long, to follow to where the new king is born, so that we may follow and worship him. And then I'm going to put times 4 offsetting different among different singers each time, ending with so that we may follow many times, and ending with and worship him. That's one way of describing it. I remember that was number 5, and there's another one, and I believe it was number 6. I'm going to put a question mark there, and all I remember was glory, 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 hallelujah. I think I spelled it right. Praise the King. Hold on, I'm gonna do it this way. The King. And then I'm gonna put in brackets. Our class and only our class were told to change glory, glory, glory with, hold on, quotation mark there, with glory, I'm going to put in brackets again, oh hold on, bracket within brackets, during performance, kids from other school looked at me weird. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. Now I believe it was year 4. It would be around Christmas time. In fact, I'm quite confident it was year 4, but I'm not 100%. But I'm gonna put hold on. Right. Right. Right, so we sang Spaceman came travelling during by Chris de Burgh, is that how you spell the name? I think so. Around Christmas. Everybody liked it and enjoyed singing la 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 la, right, bit loudly. I'm going to put here year 4 question mark. Right, what else was there? So in year 6, don't ask me why. Big pile on in playtime. One playtime. All the boys in my class, and I do mean all of them. I don't know what exactly compelled them, but they were up to something. All the boys in my class decided to jump and make a big pile in the playground. They all got in trouble. Right, hold on, that was during the Friday assembly. That was the same, around the same time that I, hold on, is that year, that's year 6, right. Yeah, I'm sure that was year 6 and not year 5. Was year 5 the one with poinsettias? Oh man, I remember also. Just come to mind. I believe it was year 5. Cardboard. Christmas play ? Question mark. I don't remember much about the Christmas play in year 5, but I do remember John was singing, was acting out, singing the song Sex Bomb by Tom Jones. Is that the right name there? Tom Jones? Sex bomb, you're the sex bomb. Sex bomb. Hold on. I'm gonna double check that. Sex bomb. Yeah. You're my sex bomb. Tom Jones and Moose T, okay. What a weird song to be singing for a bunch of 11-year-olds. Right. Okay. There was also, again, I'm not sure if it was year 5 or 6. Oh, actually, that might have been... yeah, cause I think he started the school in year... Oh, hold on. There you go. I'm going to put year 6 question mark. In year 6 question mark, which is really strange. Alright then, let's delete that. There was one time we went to help the kids in the nursery, and I think it was year 5, but I think it was year 6, so I'm going to put here in between because I'm not sure which one it was. So, I put nursery. Had to go to the nursery to help with the little kids. These are going to sound very, very sweet. I read a book to a kid. He said mouses, and I said, that's right. That's right. They're mice. Which, I mean, interesting. It's kind of interesting that that's like I've heard that as like a parenting technique where you, if they say something wrong, you tell them, like, if they, not that they get the wrong answer, so to speak, but if they speak, like, if they haven't got, like, I don't know if it's like the motor skills or they don't know like the vocabulary or whatever to say something, then you can just then the best thing is to say, like, is to like praise them, say, oh yes, you've done right, and then say the correct thing yourself. So, but that's just what I like instinctively did. So I remember I was reading this book to this kid, and he goes like, oh, mouses, and I was just like, that's right, mice. To be encouraging. Also, there was one time, I believe this was year 5, but also walked past. This is sad. This is the opposite. But this nursery was the nursery then was a different nursery than the one that I was in when I was in nursery. I'm going to put in here East room. When I was in nursery, it was the West room. Walked past nursery room and saw rabbit outside. Rachel M said it was so sad that the rabbit was eating its box. And correct, that is very sad. Did I... Hold on, let's do a search. Have I typed in Lion King, I think? Oh, yeah. That's in my general / vague notes. Right, what's Oliver Twist? Yeah, so in your So 3 films I remember watching in class 5. It was Oliver Twist, Goodnight Mr. Tom, and The Black Cauldron. And I believe I'm going to put... I believe it is. I'm going to put The Black Cauldron. I remember we watched this because this one we had the TV, because you know that whole thing of like, oh, the school's like, oh, they're bringing the TV in. It was that sort of thing, but it was that thing where they bring the TV in. But for The Black Cauldron, they brought it in. TV on sitting area. I just remember there was... I had to look it up, but I just remember like, oh, there was a film where it was like... I mean, did we watch... Hold on. I'm going to put here. I'm going to import... Because I believed... Oh, what's it called? The Sword in the Stone. Hold on. The Sword in the Stone. Yeah, I'm sure you watched The Sword in the Stone. Yeah. And we watched that. TV on sitting area. I'm going to put in here year 6 question mark. And I'm going to put in year 5 right. Videos, I'm going to put in year 5 war themed. I should put war themed. Okay. So we watched Oliver Twist, where what was it? TV on wall near door. And Goodnight Mr. Tom. I've actually watched Goodnight Mr. Tom today because I had a vague memory of it, like, oh yeah, it was this old man and this kid and something to do with the kid being locked in the cupboard. But then it's like they're just like the cupboard thing was just like one very, very specific scene. Like I watched it today and I was like, oh, that's just, like that thing, like that theme of the program was actually just one scene. Anyway, TV on, wall, near door. I also, oh man, another thing's just come to me. So Miss Dickens, I think she was called Miss Dickens because there was Miss Dixon and Miss Dickens. Oh, another memories come to me. Right, Carl L versus was saying that she is shorter than Carl L. And this is one way I can add more memories. Is just think like particular people, like what do I remember about them? And compared on by blackboard. And I know that was year 5 because he was in the year above. No. Oh. Well, whatever, there can be a gap. Oh, poinsettias, I put it there. Right. Shall I add nursery? Shall I, Right. Let's put nursery. I need to make this the most babyish colours that I can imagine. So maybe a light, like a very pale pink. Yeah, go on then. So, well, in that case, let's grab these. Actually, no, that's fine. I can keep those there, I suppose. Right. Let's take away the search box. So I remember 2 things about nursery. I remember playing with Doll's House near door and playing with stencils putting a fire engine stencil under the paper and running the crayon over it. That was strange. You don't really see those types of stencils anymore, I don't think. I'm going to actually... hold on. Let's delete. Let's put here nursery. So I'm going to guess... I mean, I don't know for certain, but I believe it was 1992 to 1993. I think... hold on. Let's search this up. So, UK, how long are children in nursery before school? Ordinary child will begin their nursery place in September. I mean, this is, of course, this is basing it on today rather than back in the early 90s. Right. Question mark there and a question mark there. Because I don't know. But yeah, that's everything I've got written down there. One more thing. Let me just add here. Walk without limbs. Teacher asked. No, walk without. Not hold on, walk without joints. Teacher asked Matthew G to demonstrate to the class what walking without joints would look like. He was a funny kid. He was I don't know, he was always into he was into silly things and stuff. I remember he really got into Austin Powers. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna take a drink. Oh, it's gonna be a hot day, I can feel it. Right. Let's get this right. Because of Matty, I want to be a human sacrifice when my days are numbered. Okay, so I'm going to continue on with year 7. Just to sort of see if I can get more memories down there. Year 7's quite a big one. I mean, I suppose with that many different classes, I suppose the further down you go, the more likely you are to remember things because your brain's more developed, I suppose. I don't know if that's how that works, but either way, going to continue on. So, the Auf Deutsch book. So we had I'm just gonna call this books. So I had my goal today is to get this bit done. Where am I? Right, I'm looking at my files here. Open a new tab. Oh, you can hear my hard drive at work there. Da 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 da. Oh. Well, I'm in the wrong place. That's okay. My Google Drive is much easier to load up. Right, images. Scanned. School. Books we used / covers. Right. So, this here. Oh, look at that. It's Heinemann. Is it? Auf Deutsch 1. So we had these books. So this was the one for the first year. So basically, like, learning a second language was basically the same as learning a first language for your native languages, I suppose. So basically, what I mean is this book here was for us to use in Year 7 to start learning German. But this would be a book that in Germany would be used to teach like really young children. Like simple like colours and shapes and stuff. But for us, like entering our teens, it's like it's the same thing, but because it's a different language, that's why it's more advanced for us to do that, if you get what I mean. So I'm gonna so auf Deutsch 1. If I look for images. Right. Oh, someone's selling it on Amazon. If I look for auf Deutsch 2. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a tiny image by the looks of it. Hold on. So let's yeah, so this would be the second one here, auf Deutsch 2. And let's auf Deutsch 3. This, I think this was blue. I'm sure there was one that was blue. Haha, yes. I was right. So this. Hold on. Let's save this. Well, I'm gathering more images for my database, I suppose. Yeah, auf Deutsch 3. Now, I mean, so that one. I mean, the images aren't great, are they? I can't see exactly what's going on there. But it would be nice if I could. Man, it would be really nice to get some. What is it? Okay, I'm going to type key stage 3. So auf Deutsch 2, that's auf Deutsch 1, key stage 3. It's available on Amazon. Books. Is there any better images here, or is it just the same? I believe that's the same. Heinemann educational books. It's the same as the maths books from oh. Auf Deutsch 4 grün and auf Deutsch 4 rot. I don't actually remember using those. That's basically German for green and German for red. So green is foundation and red is for higher. I was doing higher exams. I actually dropped a foundation afterwards. I mean, right. Let's go back again. I'm thinking, can I the Auf Deutsch for Key Stage 3 series. I mean, this is for Key Stage 3. I'm pretty sure like the books themselves were made for young German children. I don't think there's any like English in the book itself. Take a long shot here. Internet Archive. No. Unless it's... Oh, well. Limited preview. I mean, I could That doesn't even look. That doesn't look like the right one. Auf Deutsch bitte. It's not that one. That's, yeah, that's much older. Search Auf Deutsch pages. I mean, no, that just translates the word into German. I don't want to do that. Anyway, that's something to potentially look up. But anyway, so we have Auf Deutsch 1 here, so that's the one I remember. And I've saved the other two as well, and I'll move those into that folder eventually when I get all my things set up. Anyway, 1 second. Gonna move some stuff around. Just grab a towel because I am hot, and I've got like a fan where I could put ice, like a little cooling thing, but that would make a noise, and I don't want to make noise. If you got short hair, put your hands up. If you got long hair, make noise. That was one thing I remember. Right. So this is awkward. Just moving. So I've got a towel here. I'm gonna put it behind my back. So I've got my hair like tied up, and it's like I don't want it trailing along my sweaty, horrible sweaty back and getting all gross. So I'm just wrapping a towel around me. That feels a lot better. Feel a lot more comfortable. A lot more comfortable. Right. Let's just write down. So hold on. Auf Deutsch 1. Hold on. Auf Deutsch 1 was the textbook. We had the Heft. Hold on, so let's actually translate that. So what does Heft mean? Because there was a heft. No, okay, no. So translate from German into English. Notebook. Right. Yeah, so the heft is our main like exercise book. Main. The one where we had to be, where everything was like neat and everything, or should have been neat. Was the Schmierheft. So let's translate that, see what that translates to. I think the Schmierheft was the same, like, but it was a thin, like a tall thin one. Schmierheft. Ah, okay. Scratch pad. Okay, I spelled that wrong. Scratch pad. Hold on, let's do a Google search. Scratch pad. No, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway. And there was the otter as well. Which one was which? Because there was the heft. That was the main one. And then there was one which was... There was the one that, like, so the heft was like the main one where the paper was like ruled and it was white, and you it was like a regular exercise book. And then there was one which was, it was the same size and it was blue, but it was like the paper was more rough, so that one never got checked, so that one was prone to like doodling. I think it was year 9 in year 9 French where I decided to dedicate a page to just drawing as much as just scribbling as much as I could, see if I could fill it up as much as I could. Let's, hold on, if I search Schmierheft into Google, into that doesn't help. I was thinking if I'd translate that into the Google translate. There was also the, hold on, translate Jotter. Okay, notice book. Let's translate that from German to English. Jotter. Okay, as I thought. Jotter. A small book for making notes in. A small book. Oh. A small book. Or is that, I mean... What does Schmier? What does Schmier mean in German? Schmier, lubricant. That's okay. That's not what I was thinking. Yeah, the Schmierheft. So I believe the Schmierheft was a small, thin exercise book. If I can spell things right, not exercise up there. Small, thin exercise book used for audio tests. So like they play like an Frost would play like an audio. It'd be like, hello, my name is Hans, and you just like put Hans. Like, what is his name? Main exercise book. And then there was the Yotta, which was blue rough exercise. How am I spelling exercise? I'm sure I spelled it wrong there. It doesn't really matter, it shouldn't really matter, but... wait, what? No, I did the wrong one. Right, hold on, you know what? Exercise. Right, yeah, okay. The textbook. Right. and exercise book for taking notes. Seems a bit weird. Anyway, money and Anna Bermuda. That was, I mean, that came afterwards. Because I was, let's move this up. I had a bit of a weird streak, I guess, with that. The songs Ich habe ein Pony and Eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht, nine, 10. So what else? Oh yeah, weird saying. So there was said, made weird cartoons and sayings with Andy C. One of them was money, like that. No, actually, no. It started off as me going money, and then he goes money after that. Like, copied it, and that's what it became. Picture of stick man next to pot of gold, labelled MUNI, money. Yeah. Only the one was I never ruder, like that. I don't know what that was about. Being sayings. Blockbusters. So this was something. Blockbusters was something. So with Andy C and JB. I mean, the thing is with this this teacher played Blockbusters, hosted by Andy C, where you had to say the right German word. Yeah, so Blockbusters, it was an old TV show in the UK before our time, but it was still like hanging around, I guess, where you had like a grid of letters and you had to like pick a letter, and then the answer of that letter would it would be the answer to a question. It's like a hexagonal grid, and you had to get like a line from like one side to the other one, like from one side to the other, or something like that. And we did it like, oh, what's the German word? So we'd be like T. What is the German word for calculator? And then we would say Taschenrechner, and they'd be like, that is correct, and we'd do that. And the thing is like, I don't know, the teacher was sort of like, she was a funny teacher, but she sort of, as long as it was vaguely like German related, she just let you do anything. It was like, well, it's to do with German, so I guess that's fine. So word searches did lots of word searches again, because it was all in German. I think, is that everything from year 7? I liked year 7 German was nice. German in year 7 and 8 was a lot of fun. Didn't really like German in year 9. It was the same. I had the same teacher, but I wasn't in with my friends, so yeah, it just wasn't. I don't know. Wasn't as good. IT. What do I remember about IT now? First thing I remember is making a web page. So, made web page. Hold on, no, made a web page. So, James M's web page. Had small text saying, if you can read this, then you have good eyesight. My webpage. This is so cringe. This is so cringe. This is so cringe. My web. Oh well, I'm going to tell you. So my webpage had a clip art of a Grim Reaper, and it said, "Beware the evil." And then I'm going to put in. I'm going to write in quotes here. Hold on. Beware the evil Matthew V. Which is the shorthand, because me and Matthew were good friends, but then at this point we weren't friends anymore, and in my mind it was like, oh, he's just being nasty for no reason. I mean, obviously now, like, looking back as adults, it's like, okay, I can understand like the situation that he was in, and I can put two and two together and all that, and you know, and we're fine and all that. But it's just like, just thinking at the time, like it was a big deal to me because he was such a good friend for so many years, and then it was just like, no, I don't like him anymore. But turned out there was more to it, and but at the time, I did that. And the thing is as well is that the teacher was his form tutor as well. So he knew, when he looked at it, he knew what I was talking about. It's just awful. Awful. I don't know what it is. Like, sometimes, like, I look back, oh, you know what, right? Okay, let's move straight on to another one. I'm going to do wanted poster. So, had to make wanted poster of ourselves. On mine, I put in, hold on, put on wanted dead or killed, and I put hold on, put on, what was it? You know what? Okay, tilde reward, and then $sign, and then like many rows of nines. Put on. What the fuck is she looking at? And I'm like, oh my god! It seems so like it seems so like nah, man. I don't know. It just seems so weird. Like, why would I do that? Why would you seven? Sometimes, like, I think back to myself, and it's like, I have to make. I don't know. There's like a compulsion to like joke about things. It's like I can't just do things without making joke. I couldn't just do things without making a joke about it, and it seems so strange now. But I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, moving on to the rarer subjects now. Now, the thing is with music. Oh, music. Music is strange because we didn't do it much. It was only once a week, and for at least 2 years we had it in the same room. It was the same class, so it's hard to distinguish between the two. CZT is the one I'm moving on to now. I don't really remember much of that at all. I remember remember the teachers that we had. I think it was... So... Okay, one thing I should point out, though, is that the IT CDT... Ah! Mm-hmm. Yes. Coming to me now. Right. So IT, CDT, and HE were all so yeah, we were in a separate so I'm going to put in 7G1. So the way that this worked was that for the tech, I don't know why they did this. For the tech classes, you had a different class than what you had for your main one. So like 7NY was my main one, but 7G1 so it was a part of 7NY, and it was a part of 7GW, like half and half, like merged together, and that made 7G1. And the G meant like it were to the classes that were in the German half, because those are the German half and the French half. So 2 classes in the German half, like melding together. And so yeah, I was with 7G1. And there must have been like 7G2, maybe 7G... I don't know, how many would there have been? There would have been 4. There would be 7G1, 7G2, and then 3 and 4, and then 7F1, F2, F3, and F4. So 7G1. I'm going to put in brackets here. 7NY and 7GW mixed. Yeah, GW was our main our, like, the ones that like NY interacted with the most, I think. I'm going to go back up to German here because and you'll notice yeah, so Prof. Rost, the teacher, said that 7GW thought it was very funny that their class name was Sieben. Hold on, let's type this out. Sieben G there. Like, oh, it's got gay in it. So that was funny for them because we're all 11. Yeah, I tell you. So CDT. Let's put layout. Sat on big square tables. On table with Johnny S, brackets from 7GW. Johnny S said everything was gay. Yeah, like, oh, that's gay, that's gay. Just, oh my goodness. And this is when Section 28 was going on. You're like, oh, you can't let kids know about gay things, and the kids are just like, this is gay, that's gay. You're gay, they're gay, everything's gay. Said Johnny S said everything was gay, and recoiled at things he said were gay. It's so stupid. That's all I remember about that. HE, textiles and food. So in the first, so some classes had, there was HE once a week. Some classes did like textiles for half the year and then food for the other half of the year. But my class, we had 2 different teachers, so we had like 1 week we did textiles and the other week we did food. We kept like going back and forth between the two. So here, I was going to put Miss Crystal's room, divided into 2 blocks of tables, and to be honest, I don't remember anything about it. But I didn't like HE at all. Food, thought the teacher was scary. A little bit. Thought the teacher was scary. Katie E from year above said she was fine as a form tutor. Now, tutor? It's 1 O, isn't it? And 1 U. Is it? Hold on. Tutor? No. Fine as a form tutor. You may remember Katie E from some previous primary school stories. She was, if I go back to year 4, she was blamed for knocking out England in the year 4 the World Cup that was going on there, and there was this bit here. I've just remembered. Oh my goodness! Right, one day. Hold on. In year 6, I'm jumping back here. So year 6. Right. Sorry. Just gonna 1 second. I'll be right back. Right. Okay. So I just took a quick break there. I'm back, and I've just had another set of memories come to me. Can't remember exactly what I was in the middle of. I was talking about food. Yeah, oh man, there was 1 year. Year 9. Year 9. I think it can be helpful to remember like who was in your class at what time, because I'm thinking, well, there's one person who started our school in year 9, and so if he's in my classes, if he's part of the memory, then it's like, yeah, that was year 9. Anyway, where was I? Year 5, I have a remember of, I'm pretty sure it was year 5. Won't have been year 4. It will have been year 5. Let's just do this. Project. So we had to do, hold on. Homework project. We had to prepare something at home, like do projects. So did a project on the World Cup in brackets because Dad suggested it and he knew all the details. And did pages of maps showing where World Cup was held and who won each year. Hold on. And who won each year. And hold on. I'll put it in small red folder. I'm actually going to have a look up. So World Cup winners list. Right. Yeah. Uruguay was the first one. I remember that. I'm just having a quick look here because I used to I didn't do runners up, I just did the list of the winners and the list of the winners. I just did all the, because I was really into flags as well. And it was, for me, it was an excuse. Like, I didn't care about football at all. It was just a case of like, oh, it's easy, there's a bunch of numbers, there's a bunch of flags. And so there was maps involved, so that's why I did it. But at the time, it was, yeah, France. And so everything below this point is, oh wow, that really isn't that many. I thought it was more than that. Oh well. Anyway, so in year 6, I mean year 6, the sets should really be later on because they would have been like towards the end of the year. Whatever, I can sort that out later, it doesn't matter. Right. Homework project. So, started project on planets in big yellow book. Got away with not finishing it and not handing it in. And then brackets, just sort of kept quiet when teacher asked if anybody still had to hand theirs in. That's very strange. Like, there was another, I'm going to be putting this I'm going to be putting this in year 7 science as well, because I remember there was a similar one in year 7 science, but I don't know how I managed to get away with it, where there's sometimes if there was just like big homework projects, I just didn't do it a lot of the time, and it wouldn't just be me. I mean, I'm sure like others like didn't do a very good job or whatever, but I was always a good kid and I'd do my work and all that. I mean, I waned a bit later on with some of the lessons, but for some of these things I just got away with not doing it somehow. Let's add another thing here. So, moon, we're going to call this moon phases. Had to record moon phases with pictures on handout sheets. Did a couple days, then didn't do the rest. What was the where was it? let's copy this and then do a, where am I? Science, moon phases, and then just sort of paste that there. Right. What I remember about HE, like there was one year in HE I remember we had to research a country or whatever, and this was at the point where we had the internet, and I know it was year 9 because I know one of the kids in my class was caught plagiarizing, just like copy pasting from somewhere, and the thing said, I can't remember what it was, but it was like, oh, our trip throughout, because he did America as well. It was like, oh, my trip throughout the US, and he was like, oh, me and my wife, it was me and my husband, and it was like, okay, well, this is obviously just ripped off from somewhere. But there was another thing. I mean, this is coming back to me now. There was another lesson where it might have been year 7 RE. I don't know, where we had to print off, because the thing is that our home computer, we didn't really have. We were quite late. We were late to getting a computer and we were late to getting the internet. Not by a lot, but we were a bit later than most people. And so I sort of had to go through my dad. There was one lesson where we had to print off some details about whatever. And there was me and someone in my class. I was like, look at all these sheets that I got, because my dad printed it all off. And my friend was just like, oh, well, what I've got is the same one that you found, but I didn't just print the screen, I didn't just take the whole thing. Just like download like notes or whatever. I just took the text. So he's like, oh, I've done more work than you. I've done it properly, unlike you. I think that was the vibe going. But I don't know what lesson that was or what year it was. Anything else? HE in year 7? I just remember. I don't know. I mean, I think there's some. There's some I'm going to have to do where, like the lesson, I remember the event. I just don't remember the year it was. I remember there's one year in HE where we were learning about healthy eating. Oh, and there's, yeah. Oh man. Right. Oh, I'm gonna make a note in my keep here, just to, so unknown year. Right. You can't see this because I've got this off screen. HE food. I've got healthy eating. Johnny S. After ate some Jaffa cakes and said, healthy eating my ass. And there was another one where I think it was year 9. So I'm going to say, but I know year 9 was so I'm just going to put I'll put in brackets year 9 researched country. we do a presentation on it as well. And the teacher was saying like, oh well, this student in my other class had this presentation where they came in a costume and they brought a costume in, and I'm thinking, no, I'm not doing that. It's ridiculous. It's like, for me, it was like, do the bare minimum. For a lot of these types of things, it was like, right, just do what you have to do. I always hated it. It was like, oh yeah, well, you can do this, but you can. And it's like, oh well, you've got to do this, but you can do this. Speaking of which, I've just deleted one of my notes that I've remembered because I sort of mixed up, I think, with, I don't know what year it was. It was between year 5 and 6. It was one of these. So I'm going to call it. Oh, turn caps off. Planet Stars. Right. Was in group with Andrea. Ah, this must be. Ah. Oh wait, no, she was. No. I'm guessing this must be year 6 then, because I think she wasn't mixed in with our year when we had the mixed lessons, because there was like half the kids that were mixed in with the year above, and there was half that weren't. I'm gonna have to make a list and try and divide them up, because it was to do with birthdays, I think. But her birthday was on the higher, like on the later end. My birthday's on the later end, not the later end, like the upper, like the older end, rather. Like from September to December or January or whatever. And so she technically should have been, but I don't think she was. Oh man, I might have to look up. Hold on, I'm going to put in brackets here. Was in class 5, not in year 5? Question mark? Because I've got a feeling that I don't think she was. Because there was the upper half and the lower half. And I think it was mostly like, I think it was meant to be like birthday based, which seems really silly. It wasn't ability based, because some of the, like one of the, like they say, the least intelligent was had an October birthday, and but there was one person when we went to year 4 who was meant to be staying in class 3 mixed in with the year below, and they but she was very smart, so they managed to find a way to get her into the one above. But anyway, I'm just going to put here Planet Stars. Right, hold on. Right. Hold on. And one other person, I believe. Zoe W question mark? I believe it was. I think it was Zoe. Had to come up with a name of a planet. We came. Hold on, no. Right, let's do another row here. I came up with Planet X because it was cool. They came up with Planet Stars, and Hold on, they came up with Planet Stars. We went with Planet Stars. Hold on, let's check this out. Planet Stars. Even though I thought it was stupid. I was thinking, what do you mean, Planet Stars? That doesn't make any sense at all. It's like calling a country World Country. Or Country World. I don't know. It's just weird. Didn't make sense to me in my brain. Oh. Another memory, another memory, another memory. See, these memories just keep coming. And I'm pretty sure this was year 6. I'm going to call this... Oh, what? No, what? Oh, never mind. I'm going to call this Chaos Shoes. Was mixed in with kids from year below to come up with best shoes possible. One kid made shoes with wheels and rockets on. I came up with chaos shoes. Now, the word chaos there. Hold. Does this help? Right. Does this help with the thing? I came up with the word name chaos shoes, but I knew the word chaos from medieval. Can this help? Hold on. Let's. Right. Just come back here. Medieval. Medieval. I don't think that's really going to help at all. Narrow that down. No. It was definitely before 2000. Yeah, that doesn't help narrow it down. Anyway, right. I came up with chaos shoes, which were shiny, red and gold. Could make you do anything because they were magic. And I thought, well, what's better than just shoes that let you do anything because they're magic? Of course, they wanted you to be creative. I'm like, well, just make them magic so you can do anything you want. I call them chaos shoes, just because chaos was a cool word from medieval. Oh man, what else just came? There's something else that just came to me there. Yes, right. I'm jumping back again. Year 5. Right. And I know this was in year 5. Right. Design our own bedroom. So we had to design our ideal bedroom. Somebody asked if we could have a bowling alley, and teacher said we could add anything we want. Right, so I had an arcade and a round bed spinning behind lasers. Don't ask me why. Matthew V. Hold on, before I go any further. Matthew V said. Hold on, no, let's do it. So, Matthew V. It's so weird saying Matthew V because that wasn't his name. It wasn't V. It was a different letter. But since he's changed it legally, I'm just going with that. So Matthew V said, hard water slides with TVs in them showing South Park, because he was getting into South Park, and this was like season 1 or something. South Park. Let me search. Wikipedia. When did it start? 1997. So it might be season 2, or maybe even 3. The first one I remember seeing was the one with the. Oh man. Hold on, let's do right. First episode I remember seeing was South Park monkey with 4 anuses. Or 4-assed monkey. Yes. Mephisto. Right. Because he's like, behold my invention, the 4-assed monkey, the 4-assed this, and the 4-assed monkey. I don't know. He just. So that was. When was that? Season 1, episode 5. I mean, that was. You have to remember, this was me seeing it on Channel 4, so this would have been a few years ahead. That was 1997. Yeah, but he was really into South Park, I remember that. But yeah, that makes no sense. Making you moved around places with water slides, and in them were TV showing South Park. So you never get to see like an episode or anything. You just like okay. So think about this, right? You'd have to like, if you're going, I need to go to this other part of my room, right? Okay, well, I'm gonna have to take the water slide. Right, well, you're gonna get your clothes all wet, so you have to get changed, and then get changed and get dry when you get to the other end. Oh, but it's okay. When you're on your way down, there's going to be some what was it? You're gonna get viewing some South Park. So it's like, oh, full of TVs with South Park. I mean, even ignoring the whole thing of like, oh, well, you got this water spring everywhere, like next to all these TVs. But imagine going down a water slide, like watching South Park as you're going down. It'd be like, right, well, I want to watch South Park, so I've got like maybe you've got a screen at the start, and then you've got like a screen at the end. I don't know. It said, my idea was silly because it's all computers. And I was like, no, it isn't. But I realised, I mean, like the lasers he was thinking of that as like a computer, but I wasn't thinking of that. I wasn't thinking of that. But whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, this is. I do like jump back and forth because sometimes things they just come back like, oh yeah, that thing. Oh yeah, that thing. So I do come back and forth quite a lot. But like this, like all these class 5 memories are really building up. Right. Anyway. Hitchy. Hold on. Where was I? Very short bread and Gemini's pizza. I think they were year 9. Yeah. Didn't like that subject at all. RE. Okay. Let's let's fill out some of these. I don't think there isn't really that much to say. I don't think with these. RE2. Oh my goodness. I was thinking about music. I was like, oh yeah, we were playing the recorder, and I was like, well, hang on a second. I was playing the recorder in year 6. Let's. Whilst this is in my mind. Recorder. Started. Extra classes where we learned to play the recorder. Oh man. There was one tune that we did in year 7 on the recorder that was like, I'm gonna have to record this, but there's a tune in year 7 music, and I know I'm not up to this, but yeah, it was just called da 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 da. And that was like, it's amazing how I remember like that whole thing. But it was just a thing we had to learn on the recorder. But I mean, how would I, if that's a tune, if that is like a famous tune, I don't know how I would search it up. Anyway, RE. Watched a lot of videos. That's the main thing I remember. I think we did some work on Hinduism. I think it would be nice if I could find like the curriculum for 2000, 2001 for like these subjects. Actually, is that even possible? UK year 7 curriculum 2000. Let's do 2001. I mean, the thing is though, is like looking for these things, you can only really find like newer things. It's not going to go back, is it? Really? Hold on, 2001 Education England National Curriculum. It's a bunch of doesn't really say anything. Doesn't really say anything. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we did some work on Hinduism. Or maybe Sikhism? I just remember, like, hold on. Sat next to, you may remember these two, Michael S. and Gary B. Remember them from a few other places. Oh, there was one time we were in a group and they didn't include me and upset me somehow. I don't remember the details, but I didn't take well to it. Watched a lot of videos. Hinduism. Did we watch? I don't think I think we just watched. I don't know. I don't think it was like the Prince of Egypt or anything. That might have been another time. Okay, I'm going to make on my extra side note, so music, unspecified. One of the songs we did was we shall not be moved. Thing I have to look up. I think they did that song in Recess as well. They were trying to get rid of old Rusty. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to leave that for now. Art, I remember... one thing I remember about art, so I'm going to do skeleton. There's one lesson I remember with Year 7 art, and that was had to colour pieces. Hold on. Paper cutouts of bones. Had to arrange them on fabric of complementary colour. Had to arrange bones in creative ways. So, let's do, so for me, I'll just put me, brackets, me, bones were yellow, and the background was purple. I had to arrange bones in creative ways, and me, I had a skull on top, arms and legs connected to skull without rib cage, because there was the skull, there was the two arms, the two legs, and like the just like generic bones to like extend the length of them, and I just had like two long arms and legs attached to the skull. And that's all I can really remember about that. Oh, yeah, there was I'm gonna limit this. I got made fun of because I didn't know what was. So there was a thing that everyone knew what it was, and I didn't know what it was, and I got made fun of it. And it's not appropriate for YouTube. So, well, I say that. Yeah. Maybe not YouTube, but it's just like, yeah, well, I can store that memory in my memories. It's not for the world to know. Music, I don't know. I'll just put started playing recorder. Oh, music. There was one. I recorded a video years ago talking about this, where there was one one lesson in music where we had to make soundtrack to Indiana Jones. In back room, I put inside room, in group, our copy of the VHS, cut out during the boulder scene and was recorded over with Bargain hunt. Or something to that effect. Or something to that effect. Big brackets. Clip. Showed. A mantle clock. Is that the right term? Mantle clock? Mantle clock. Yeah. That's right. So, yeah, so we had the, I don't know what year that was. I don't know if I'll be able to find out. But there was basically one year where we're like, oh, here's a video, you have to like make music to this scene. It was Indiana Jones, where he's taking like the gold statue and the boulders chasing him. But part of the video cut out and then it just shows you this. Just a picture of this. It's like, right, oh, that's been recorded over. But I don't know when that's for. I don't know what year that was. Drama. What do I remember about drama of year 7? So for drama, there's two things I remember. So at the start we had clapping game. So each were given a number and had to clap. Say our number on 2 claps and then say another. Hold on. Say another number on the next 2 claps. If the second 2 claps of the previous person was your number, it was your turn. I was number 7 and I once said 7, 7, 6, 6. It's like, 2 claps. Hold on. So it was like the number 2 claps on knees. Hold on. On knees, and then another number, the next 2 claps on hands. So it was like pay attention to things. You're like, you can't say it, but you can probably hear like knees, knees, hands, hands, knees, knees, hands, hands. So the first person would be like 12, 12, 6, 6, and then 6 would have to go 6, 6, 2, 2, and you just keep going like that, and then you get out. But I was number 7, and I once said 7, 7, 6, 6. I just remember that. I think I was targeted a lot. I think people said my name a lot. And there was one where I had to act out a scene where last 2 people on Earth scene had to act out. Hold on. Had to improvise acting out a scene where you and your partner were the last 2 people on Earth. Yeah. Drama was okay. The rooms were all very purple. I remember that. The walls were black and the carpet was purple. Yeah. Not much to say about PE, just that I despised it. Year 7 PE was the worst. No. I don't think I've got anything I want to talk about there. So I will not. But okay. Done the rest of year 7. I mean, look at that. Look at all that I've done for year 7. Next time I have to be going on year 8. And I've added more lines for... Oh, I saw a weird typo there. But I'm going to have to, like, try and recreate things. Try and draw maps, recreate things, I suppose. Oh, year 5. One more. Was it blank and I had to learn to say and I rather than and me. I had an example of Mark and I saw the invisible man. Mark. Whoo. He was in the year above me. So he was in this group here. I wonder if he was... I'm gonna put a question mark here. Because I believe he might have been Germany in that thing. But I don't know. I remember a lot of the other ones. Right. Well. It's a lot, isn't it? Man. I mean, this I'm going to have to... I'm going to keep... My plan is to keep up with this, what I'm doing here, and I'm going to have to try and part it, I suppose. Because I'm thinking... As it stands, this is just a bunch of stuff, isn't it? It's a lot of stuff, but it's a bunch of stuff. Let's pick a colour for year 7. I'll kind of like a green. I suppose maybe a little different to that one. I was like, oh, no, definitely not. Right, okay. Okay. No particular reason for that. I don't know. It just seems to fit, I guess. I don't. It's hard to associate like these years with colours because you're not in a classroom, like a specific classroom, so to speak, that you could associate with the colour. But this is really doing things like it's associating things based on time rather than subject, isn't it? At this case, like when you get to secondary school. So. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to have to add. I've got in my graphical diary here. I've got like a page for like the different teachers. You know, I am interested. Who do I have for art? Art. Yeah. So in year 9, I don't actually have a strict like a particular teacher because I don't actually remember. But I can figure out. I think I can figure out a few things that happened during that time. But I don't know. Right. Yeah. So I think I will continue with this next time. Maybe go on to year 8. I can remember a few things in year 8, I suppose. Let's have a look at maths. Mrs. Brown. Yeah, that's fine. I can definitely remember that. The only things I can do there. I'm just going to look at my teachers here. So English teacher, yeah, I remember that English teacher. I remember that class. I've got some things to say about that. Right, IT, yeah. RE. Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Miss Wilkinson. She took over for Mrs. Osman in RE. That was on where we like watched a lot of videos. Year 8, I don't remember. Alright. Well, it's coming together, I guess. So that's going to be it for today. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.